I was thinking, like, what value are we supposed to bring to a normal society, right? Like, in history, like, women have brought value, and usually it's through children, but we're not having children. And I was like, oh shit, wow. I was like, we're supposed to have 3 kids each to, like, replace the population. That's like, okay, ladies, you have one job. Have enough children to replace the population. And we're like,
oh no, guys, that's too hard. We can't do that.
Yeah, for once, I don't really approve with Pearl on that, because the woman can still be a woman and a good example for all the kids around. I'm gonna take as example, I've get into foster families during a part of my life. But during that time, my best friend had a good mother, and this woman was almost like my mother. Like during Christmas I was going there and they was accepting me like my family. For sure I was not eating there or something like that, but I was able to see the value of the role of a good woman that take care of his children and his husband. Like the husband was working hard, and when he was coming back, most of the time he was looking at the TV or doing else, and she was always ready with a good food at the end for his husband. She was always taking good care of his children and showing a really good example. Seriously, if I can say, this woman was the best woman example in my life, and she was not even like Christian, you see what I mean? And my parents that put me into foster family was Christian, but yeah, I think like I still believe in God and think this is right, and that woman was believing in God too. But that just means that some people really have a good value. Some women really have good value, and I think adopting children can be one of the best solutions, mostly for the woman that get old and did not find a husband and cannot make any more kids. You see, there's so many kids into foster care. Like, I had a hard time to find a family that was taking good care of me when I was in foster care. We was eating bad meal, and it was all cheap shit, just to, because you need to remember that the foster family, when it's some kids that are not really young, when they take kids that are like between 13 to 16 years old, it's just like for a short time. So when the way they treat it, it's just like is way worse. And like the meal, I remember the meal was very bad, like eating a lot of grilled cheese and eating like powdered potato with like ground beef with like brown sauce mixed together, like always eating that type of shit, like with eggs. Like, I mean, eating that every day, I don't think it's a good meal. And yeah, I remember they was giving that, and then powder juice, shit like that. So yeah, I think all those women did not manage to put themselves right in time, still have a chance into being a good example for other women. Those women can find foster kid and take care of them like if it was their children, and you see, they still have value in my eyes. And I know on my channel I'm against kind of the feminist movement, but I'm not against the woman at all, because this woman saved my life 2 times. Alright, when I was young, I was taking a lot of drug, and I was with my best friend into the house, and poof, my nose started bleeding, and I go into the toilet and my nose bleed, and then I flush the toilet, and then I fell unconscious on the floor. She go take care of me with wet towel. Yeah, she come take care of me with wet towel. She asked me if I want to call the ambulance. I say no. So while I was bleeding during that time, I was working 50 hours per week, and I was cutting a lot of block of cement and pavé, and I was doing a lot of work outside, and there was a lot of dust in my nose, like doing construction outside, like small brick wall, pavé, and planting tree and shit like that. And I was in foster care, and the dude that was in my room, when I was falling asleep, he was paranoiding and doing that into his face, and had a lot of scar in his face because of it. And this dude was taking drug, and when he was waking me up, because when I was falling asleep, he was paranoiding. He was like, "Hey, take pills, stay awake. I don't want to paranoid." So I was not able to sleep well. I was taking pills, but the pills was doing no effect because I was not able to sleep. So I was start to take the pills by the nose because I wanted it to make effect. You see what I mean? And yeah, after a long time, after a couple of months, I got some nosebleed. I almost died 3 times, and 2 of those times that woman saved me. And she did not call it, and she took care of me. And this happened twice, and the second time I bleed way more into the toilet. It was almost 3 toilets full of blood, and then poof, I fell unconscious on the floor during the moment and come back. So yeah, I can just see she helping me, like if I was not there, where I would be into the street doing that. So yeah, and the wet towel and shit. This is pretty good, and yeah, I feel like she showing me kindness. Like men cannot be. You see, the stoicity is a trait of toxic masculinity, and being too much, like the fact that we are stoic, the man is not the best to talk about emotive shit, and just to take care of someone on the floor. Yes, a man can do it, he can do it, but I feel like a woman, when it have a gentle touch behind it, it's not that the man cannot do it, it's more that there's a gentle touch behind when the woman do something like that. But what's sad is the percentage of women who value themselves doing good stuff is so low that most of the women right now belong in the street. But I know that there's minimum 6% of women that are great, and like that woman who took really good care of me in the past. So yeah, she had 2 kids, so it was not too much. I feel like having if you have a lot of kids, you need to have I feel like someone who have a lot of kids better have outside help. You cannot be only 2 parents and raise like 9 kids by yourself. You need to have like the grandfather and the grandmother into the house with you and have a lot of money to help you. Like you see what I mean? Like, it's pretty hard to raise children, right? And most of the people cannot take good care of their children. So if you can just be a good role model for all the kids around, just taking care of all those kids that the other parent don't have time to take care of. I think it's one of the best examples we have in the world. And what's nice is, as a woman, no one gonna see you like a pedophile. But as the men cannot really help the kid that much, because all the women destroy our parents. Like, I wish I can take a foster kid for me, but I think I need to be in couple to have one, because you see what I mean? I'm pretty sure it's not legal for a man alone like me to get a foster kid, but I'm pretty sure for a woman it's not the same thing. So yeah, that's a big thing, and I think women, even if they don't find a man, and even if they cannot give birth, they still have good value in my opinion. Change my mind. Peace out.